Welcome to the most must-listen WWE podcast of all time. Welcome to TLP. I'm Walk, and with me, as always, is my good buddy and co-host, Mike. Mike, how's it going, man?
Doing good. How you doing, bud?
I've had better weeks, but that being said, I'm still alive and breathing, so I can't complain.
No, man, that's very nice. Very nice. Glad you're still breathing.
I know, I am too. So, what we've got on the docket for today, Mike, is we're going to go ahead and review Raw. We're going to go ahead and review SmackDown. And then as a sweet treat to all our TLP listeners out there, we're going to power rank our best WWE superstars who returned from injury at some point in their career as a little, tie-in to Eric Rowan tearing his bicep on SmackDown Live, which we will get into during our recap. So let's go ahead, Mike, and start with our SmackDown Live recap. We'll go through this, kind of go looking at our notes here. Let's start with the Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair. I don't know about you, but for me, I think that the brawl that they had, where they had to get the whole locker room to come out and separate them, it's probably going to be better than the next Conor McGregor fight that he has, to be honest with you.
Ooh, that's a tough take. I mean, Conor McGregor's throwing chairs at buses, but yeah, maybe take some notes from that writing crew, SmackDown writing crew. They're doing really well. Becky on fire. I don't even think... Is this the first time Becky's had this much time on a microphone? Would you say?
Yeah, I've never seen her talk this much. Also, can we talk about all-time GM moves? The GM, the camera pointed at the GM who's waving all the superstars out to come help break up a fight, and they don't show up for like a solid 6 or 7 frames. That's an all-time GM move for professional wrestling.
Yeah, pretty cool. Usually they're all ready to go. Kurt Angle, I bet. Is there a GM controversy? I mean, Kurt Angle, that crew would be ready to go.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know what the deal is. Usually, when you have someone coming out there to talk shit like that, I would think that you'd have the locker room on notice. That's just me though.
Yeah, for sure. Anyway, let's talk more Becky, Charlotte. One of the better feuds we have going on right now in the division, right? Or not the division, I mean like the WWE.
Yeah, definitely not just the division. I would 100% say this is probably one of definitely top 3, if not my top feud right now that I'm most excited for, just heading into the future going on. I think, after, obviously, like you said, her promo was the most time she's had on the microphone in God knows how long.
I think that's the first time I've never seen her get a promo like that.
Right, and I think I was kind of being selfish at first when I was listening to it because I was like, oh, they're not doing a good enough job with this. Like, they're missing a good chance for character development and all this. But, I mean, we just listened to it again, and this is a couple days removed from it, and I don't think I've heard as good of a promo, like, from anyone in a very long time. I mean, just, in terms of, like, a good, like, lengthy promo where they're, like, cutting words and all that kind of shit, like, I loved it.
I thought it was pretty phenomenal. I didn't like that. I feel like it was written for her to try and get in, trying to make her more a heelish figure. Didn't like that so much, just because the crowd was so hot for her and they want to see her win. And I just thought that was kind of dumb. I mean, the crowd still reacted like she's the Daniel Bryan type dude. She's getting the biggest pops on the card. I think she got the biggest pop all night.
I think she did too. I agree. I think that they're definitely trying to make her like get booed, and they're kind of relying too much, I think, on heel stereotypes to have her get booed. Like she's questioning the crowd's involvement and all that. I mean, like, where were you? And it's like, okay, well, they actually kind of love Becky, forever, and I've always thought that she deserved way better than she got.
I think
so that kind of doesn't really work. But
I mean, Charlotte as a heel is phenomenal, and Becky as a face is phenomenal. I don't know why you got to mix it up and make it so different. It's not a difficult thing. I mean, let them play the characters they're meant to play, and then they'll be okay.
They definitely turned the wrong person heel, but that being said, I don't think that it's necessarily a bad thing.
I don't think it's gonna stick. I think it's they're gonna play on the crowd, which they saw last week. They said, "Oh, there's not a chance we can make her get booed. We got to just play her to get." Just let her play. I think just let her play the role, any role she wants. She's gonna get more over. She's gonna get the cheers over Charlotte. They just gotta have Charlotte play the play the bad person in this role. Let her play the bad girl. Let her get the booze. And then we'll roll from there.
Man, you know how I like when Charlotte plays a bad girl. I just wish she'd do it for me and no one else. But anyway, that's beside the point.
Yikes.
That's not what we're talking about here, though. We're moving on to The Miz and Daniel Bryan continuing their feud. The first segment of SmackDown. Really good addition, I thought, having both of Maurice and Brie Bella get involved in the mix this time. And I think it's been, I think it's a pretty good way to move the feud along without overexposing Miz versus Daniel Bryan.
I agree with that part. The overexposing Miz and Daniel Bryan. I think the move is just they wanted to add a little more intensity by adding Brie Bella. I don't think Maurice is going to hit the crowd too hot because we've seen Maurice more often than we have seen Brie Bella in the last 3 years. The Brie Bella move's good. It's going to bring a little more flair to the rivalry, and I also think this is a way where if whatever team loses, they can still continue Daniel Bryan versus The Miz one-on-one, and they'll probably try and progress. I don't know how long they're going to try and run this program.
Yeah, this is definitely something I can already tell you exactly how this match is going to go down. I mean, Maurice is going to eat the pin from Brie Bella, and that's going to be the end of it. I'll tell you right then and there. But anyway,
I have a different scenario. I'm thinking that maybe Brie Bella takes the fall. I can see Daniel Bryan taking the fall either way, too. But I think they're going to try and make Miz and Maurice win, and they just want Daniel Bryan to chase until the really big payoff when Daniel Bryan finally gets the clean win.
Okay, I can see that.
That's kind of what I think they might be going for. I'm not 100% sure. I don't even know what the Daniel Bryan contract looks like. I'm assuming they're going to finish this feud if Daniel Bryan does anything.
Yeah. Also, how about the Brie Bella punching Miz in the face? That was pretty cool. I'm not going to lie, I kind of like that.
It was okay. We've seen that move a lot recently, though, I feel like.
Lots of punches to the face.
A lot of women punching the men in the face, and I mean, it's good that we're not doing like old school WWF stuff where Stone Cold's delivering stunners to Linda McMahon and things like that. Can't really do that this day and age, but I feel like eventually, if you keep getting like hit by someone, it's got to go down. It's professional wrestling. That's just kind of, you got to understand it's not,
Yeah, thank God we don't have the Dudleys putting Molly Holly through a table or anything like that.
And what's her name? No, yeah, Molly Holly, and there was one more. What's her name? Mae Young? Was it Mae Young?
I don't remember.
I think it was Mae Young. Keep going. I'm gonna look that up. You keep going.
Okay. Well, yeah. So I just really like this feud, and I actually really like mixed tag matches. To be honest with you, they don't work like a lot of the time, but when they do work, they're a lot of fun. As we obviously saw at WrestleMania 34, with the mixed tag match between Kurt Angle and Ronda Rousey against Stephanie McMahon and Triple H being one of the top matches on the card. And I think there's a lot you can do with them, and there's a lot of, I know WWE's not big on like intergender moves or anything like that, but I mean, as soon as you start utilizing those, like you did when Rousey and Triple H kind of got into it in that one section, that was really cool. I liked that part a lot, and they really had me believing that she was going to make Triple H tap out, so that was really cool. And so I think if you do stuff like that, like that's really cool. Throw in like that factor of you don't know what's going on, and kind of a little bit of a chaos, a little bit of a crazy factor, and I think it works more often than not.
I like it to an extent. I like where you were going with it, yeah. But it was Mae Young. Mae Young did go through the table with the Dudleys. Stacy Keibler went through the table with the Dudleys. The Dudleys were known for putting women through tables. They gave the women the wood. That's what they did.
Those dastardly Dudleys.
All right. Anything else you want to say, Miz, Maurice? Well, I got one more thing. Miz, Maurice, mixed tag match. This isn't the first time they'll headline a big show. They faced John Cena and Nikki a few years ago.
That's true.
Or a year and a half ago.
possibility that Nikki is going to give Brie all of the secrets on how to beat Maurice? I think it's very high.
Yeah, I mean, she's got the playbook. But I mean, Miz has Daniel Bryan's playbook, so I mean.
Ooh, so do those playbooks cancel out then? That becomes the
That's
question.
what I'm saying. Who has the bigger playbook?
Oof. I don't know. That's tough. All right, we'll continue on our wayward path here, and that brings us now to the five-time tag team champs. Your boys, the New Day, became five-time champs after defeating the Bludgeon Brothers for the SmackDown tag titles in the main event of SmackDown. And I liked it. I was very surprised that they had Big E sit this one out because he is obviously the biggest and they needed a size disparity. There is a large size disparity between the New Day and the Bludgeons, and so I thought for sure they were going to have Big E do it and kind of play up his involvement with it so that, he's bigger and he kind of seals the gap a little bit like that.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. It was Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston, and they took some hella nasty bumps. Like I was shocked. They really fucking put their bodies on the line, and I was damn impressed with. It wasn't a tremendously great match or anything like that, but I'll be damned if it wasn't super entertaining. And now the pancake loving, unicorn horn wearing, up down and workhorses are tag team champs again.
All right, so first off, you did say it was a good match. You said it could have been better. They did as phenomenal a job as they could of dealing with the circumstances that were presented to them. Eric Rowan has a torn bicep, or tricep? Torn bicep, correct?
Yes, Rowan has a torn bicep, yes.
Yeah, so he has a torn bicep. They can't really... The New Day's going to have to take bumps to sell this match. That's kind of the only way you're going to be able to put this match over. Rowan can only do so much. For what they did with one competitor having a torn bicep is pretty insane, and that's just phenomenal in itself. The fact that you can even put on a good match with one of your competitors having a torn bicep is very special. Yeah. What else was I going to say? But yeah, that's I would like to have seen what they were going to do because I think the only reason they put the titles on the New Day is because of the Rowan bicep tear. I would have liked to see where this feud would have went. I don't know what they had in mind for it. It's cool. The New Day is good for the tag team division. They've always been good for the tag team division. I think it was getting a little stale with the Bludgeon Brothers. So it's good. I like it. We'll see what the New Day can bring. I'm assuming the Bar is going to get the next shot up or the Usos. It's going to be the Bar or the Usos.
I definitely think the Bar, and that's another huge feud I would be very much looking forward to. We already know that they can put on really good matches, so I mean.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I still don't think it can be overstated exactly how cool it was that Rowan put on that good of a match, or was able to help put on that good of a match with the torn bicep. And I mean, you can see it if you watch the match. He's got his arm taped and that kind of thing, but he didn't really look like he was that limited, which is weird. Which I know he hasn't had surgery or anything, obviously, so it's not super.
He's just facing a lot of pain, a lot of adrenaline.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But it's a main event moment. It's you got to put over the guys. That's what a good worker does. You got to put over the guys when you're not 100%. And Rowan delivered.
For love of the game, and I think Rowan. That's we should make another list, Mike, about the top injured performances of all time.
Yeah, I agree. Rowan, we can make it called the Eric Rowan Tribute Award.
The Eric Rowan Tribute of the day. Let's do that. Eric Rowan Tribute of the week.
The Eric Rowan Tribute of the week. Whoever puts someone over the best while either working injured or just putting someone over for the love of the company, for the love of the sport.
For love of the sport.
All right, let's get to the last one.
Let's do it. We have the short in-ring, or not in-ring, actually. It was up near the stage area interview of the champion AJ Styles by Renee Young. And shortly thereafter, the assault of by Samoa Joe on AJ Styles.